John is a 27-year-old young man. John lives in Kinshasa, Brazil. John has had a hard life in the DRC, and he wanted to relocate to South Africa. And through some means and ways, he was able to do that. John was staying in a servant quarters in Johannesburg in an area called Bez Valley, and his landlord was Janet. And come end month, John had a bit of a hard time paying rent because no one quite knew what he did for a living. So Janet, the landlord, decided to implement the Notifire system on John and all the other tenants. And this is what happened. End month came after the system was implemented, and Janet one day woke up and went for a business meeting. And while she was there, her phone rang. And who was it? Lo and behold, it was John. John was calling. And so Janet answers. And Janet is like, "Hello, John, how are you?" "This is John, I'm fine, thank you." And Janet is like, "Oh, so what can I help you with?" John is like, "Well, I'm at your house, and I've brought the rent for this month and my other arrears, and didn't know who to give it to." Janet was obviously dumbfounded at this point, and Janet was just like, "You know what, you just leave it with the house girl, and I'll come get it in the evening." Ladies and gentlemen, that is the power of Notifire. A lot of landlords and property managers admire the idea of expanding their properties and so that they can increase their rental income. But this comes with a lot of challenges, such as dealing with tenants on a month-to-month basis, which is not too exciting. So, what is Notifire? What do? We are a notification service. We leverage on the power of bulk SMSing along with scheduling, and we're able to come up with quite a good system. So this is what we do. Notifire sends out notification SMSs to all the tenants of a property management company. So how does it work? On the first of every single month, we send out the first SMS. The first SMS is a general SMS, which would go as follows. "Hi John, please pay your rent at the end of this month by the 5th of November 2016, which is this Saturday." That is the first SMS that goes out at 8 o'clock. And then comes the second SMS, which goes out on the 3rd of every single month, which would now have more information, such as, "Hi John, please pay your rent of 15,000 Kenyan shillings and your arrear of 7,500 shillings plus your water bill of 750 shillings by Saturday, 5th of November 2016 at 8 o'clock. That is the second SMS, which goes out on the 3rd of every single month. So let's recap. First SMS goes out on the 1st of every single month, and the second SMS goes out on the 3rd of every single month. Now, after these two SMS are sent out, the property management company will get information about those who have paid and those who have not paid. And those who have paid will be taken out of the list and will be sent a list which has all the people who have not paid. Then we send out the third and final SMS on the 5th of every single month, which goes, "Hi John, please pay your rent of 15,000 Kenyan shillings and your arrears of 5,000 Kenyan shillings and your water bill by Saturday, 5th of October, and consider this your final notice." Or in some cases, we might even go so far as to say this is your eviction notice. And this is always going to be followed up by an agent knocking on the door of every single tenant who has defaulted or hasn't paid the rent. Now, all this put together is what Notifire is all about. And right now we have a property company which has 4,000 tenants signed up on Notifire, and needless to say, they weren't too keen the first time. But after we got the contacts and we sent out the SMSs, lo and behold, the MD gave me a call and told me to come for a meeting where I met the accountant, and he only had the most pleasant things to say. And I'm not exaggerating.